So this is going to be a call analysis on a discovery of one of my calls. This was in January, and I started closing in like mid-November, fully December. So basically like 2 months into closing, something like that, if that. And then yeah, I just feel like it would be good to just show you what was going through my mind. This is one of my earlier calls. It's not perfect, and I'm going to point out what I could have done to improve. But I thought it would be useful to walk you through that. And it's going to be a long one, but stick around. There's some golden nuggets in here. And let's get started.
The best place to start, then what would you say, I guess, is the biggest like challenge that you're facing in the business right now? Or what's not working at the level that you want it to?
So I just start off with a basic question, speak about the challenge. Right? I know a lot of people like to say, what motivated you to hop on the call today? I guess like what stood out to you about the ad? Like what do you want to talk about? They keep it very vague. The program that I went through teaches that you go straight to the pain or straight to the challenge, right? What's not working, essentially, and then you probe into that. There are obviously multiple ways to do it. There's no correct way, but this is just the style that I was using at this time, which is good because you get straight to the pain.
You still hear me?
Yes.
My main problem is that I'm still in another company, and I cannot do marketing videos or anything that needs to have my facial. So my image, I cannot show. So it's difficult just with the Facebook or Instagram page with some reels or whatever, trying to catch leads. Because I know that
And it's a real estate lead generation offer, by the way.
something that the all called like rapport. It's mainly with images, and I cannot do that for now because I'm in another company. I'm on a real estate fund, and they cannot know that I'm doing this. Okay, so this is my main problem. It's how can I capture leads without usual marketing campaign and.
Okay, I see. And then with regards to the leads that you're looking for, these buyers or sellers?
It's
Now, the first thing that we do is I just want to get a bit of background on her. Because in the real estate lead generation offer, you sort of want to know the price of their properties, the type of leads they are looking for, right? What leads they are looking for, the perfect clients. Because when you pitch your service, then you can just specifically mention what they said earlier, which makes it more customizable for them. So she says sellers or buyers. I think she says sellers right now. Then in the pitch, which I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to be speaking on sellers and just honing that in, basically giving her what she needs and wants. And you'll see, I just ask a bit of background information before I start probing deeper into the pain, which you'll see in a second after I do this.
more sellers because the market here in Portugal, it's I have a huge amount of people that want houses, and the market is not delivering as much as we want. So it's difficult for us to gain buyer leads.
Seller leads.
Seller leads.
Seller leads. And with these seller leads, what's the price of the properties that you're looking for?
Now, here's the first mistake that I did. She mentioned something external, and the reason she is not, I guess, working, or the reason she is not getting the results that she wants, is because the market is not working. It's the market's fault. Now, looking back, I probably should have said something along the lines of, okay, and in terms of right now in the real estate industry in Lisbon, which is where she's from, are there any people that are closing deals and getting new sellers? She'll probably say yes. And then you can say something along the lines of, okay, well, what do you think, I guess maybe with what you are doing or even not doing, that's causing you to not be at the level like them? Because then you get the responsibility back on them instead of them blaming someone else. That's just a small tweak that I could have done to improve this.
Between 200 and 500,000.
500K.
Yeah, 500.
200 to 500K. I see. And then, like, what are you doing to currently get those sellers, like, right now? Like, what are you currently doing to generate those leads?
Just Facebook and Instagram page.
Just Facebook and Instagram. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And the company doesn't give you any leads?
Usually they give me leads, but it's buyer leads. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want sellers.
yeah, they are clever.
Exactly. Too easy. You want more
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And you said you're new to this company. How long have you been in this company for?
More or less a year.
A year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And that's quite a long time. And okay. And let's just see how the
Now, what I was trying to do by obviously asking how long is obviously widen the gap, but it didn't make any sense because now what I realized is that you want to widen the gap with what's not working. So with the question that I just asked, what I'm going to ask, which is, I just want to see how that's working for you. And she's going to say it's not working great. She's getting that many leads. After that, then I should have said, oh, well, shit, I mean, how long has this been going on for? To where it's not a matter of fact that how long she's been working at the company, but how long has she been struggling with this issue, which then widens the gap.
Instagram and the Facebook. Like typically, on an average month, how many listings or new listings do you get? Around the 200K to 500,000 mark.
By listings, you mean what?
Sellers. Sorry, but sellers.
Sellers.
0.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the whole year.
Now you'll notice when she says 0, she doesn't even say it, right? Because it's embarrassing. So she just shows this. Now, I want to sort of amplify that. So I just say 0 in a concerned tone. Oh, 0? Oh, okay. And then she's smiling as well. Because when people, I guess, are embarrassed or there's a lot of tension or they're going into their pain, which can be embarrassing, they tend to smile to release the tension, right? Because that's what she just did. But what I do is because I'm going down now, I want to bring the vibe down, I stay completely serious, or more in a concerned tone, if anything, right? And so she's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know 0, which basically releases the tension. But with me, I'm dead serious, especially for this part. And you'll see how when I speak about desire in a second, I start smiling, my whole mood changes. So I'm like, oh, 0. Oh, okay. I'm in a concerned, and I pause as well, which the silence amplifies the pain.
You've got no new listings.
No, I got 2. This period, in all this period, I got 2, and I sell the 2 of them.
Okay.
You understand? It's my English, sorry.
No, I can understand you. So for the whole year, you got 2 listings.
Yeah.
And you sold both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then usually, so that's the main thing that you just want. You just want more sellers and more properties. You're not looking for any more buyers. Okay.
No.
Okay. And is there, I guess, any other part of the business that's not working at the level that you'd like it to, apart from just getting more sellers? Is there anything else?
The reason I asked that question is just to find more things that aren't working. Because then when I'm pitching, because in my pitch there's like multiple pillars, and if she says something else, then I can just because the first thing is the lead gen, and she wants sellers 200K to 500K, so I'm gonna focus down on the lead gen. But then there are other pillars, and then if she says something else that's not working, I can link those other pillars to what she just said now, and then the pitch makes more sense, and she sees more value out of it.
I don't know if the support of the company, but as I'm not 100% there, probably it's the reason why.
But okay, what do you mean when you say support the company?
I believe the investment and the know-how that they can give me, they do it, but I think it's limited because I'm not 100% there. So I don't know if they don't trust enough in me. I don't really know.
Okay, so I guess the support is not there.
Yeah.
So you said you're not 100% there, so you're working with 2 companies.
Yeah.
And basically from the support, that's actually quite a good point. Because then when I'm pitching, I say, oh, there's going to be loads of one-on-one support. There's going to be loads of group calls. You're going to get assigned a one-on-one support manager, using the word support lots of times. Because then that's another need which is filled.
Okay. I
That's
see.
why I'm unable to have
On your face.
Yeah,
Okay,
images.
Okay. I see. Okay. And then
I
typically,
know it's challenging.
yeah. You put yourself in a tough position.
Yeah,
And then
I know.
typically, how many, I guess, appointments do you usually go on every month?
2, 3.
2 to 3?
Yeah.
Okay. And then out of those 2 to 3, typically how many of those close into a deal?
That's just a redundant question on my end, to be completely honest. Because she just told me that she closed 2 deals for last year. Right, so it's obviously going to be like 0. I mean, I could ask this because then it reinforces the 0 deals a month. But she already did answer it, and if you're dealing with a certain prospect, she might or they might be like, "Well, you just asked this question, or you're not listening," sort of thing. So I mean, not great on mine, to be honest.
None.
None.
No.
And you see it again, right? I asked, and she was like, "None," and she smiled and giggled, and I was like, "Oh, none." Dead serious, which again brings the vibe down and amplifies the pain.
Because they don't want the percentage. It's that correct that we want?
Yeah, exactly, the percentage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly, it's the mainly problem.
Okay, and then what's the percentage that I guess you want that they don't?
No, it's not me. It's the company that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's the company. They decide what percentage, and we need to work on that.
Okay.
We aren't able to lower the percentage. It's 5%.
5%.
Again, like similar to the beginning, she was blaming external circumstances. Oh, the market's not good, like it's just a buyer's market, basically, right? And now she's blaming the company for the commission percentage, which is why she's not closing deals, right? So in this case, what I should have done is put it back on her again. Or I didn't even do it in the first time, but that's what I should have done, is made it more on what she's doing. Because I can't control the company's commission. I can't control the market, right? I can only control what she's doing or even not doing that's causing her to not close that many deals. So that's something I would have changed as well.
Yeah, for the contract value.
But so for you, are they your properties you're dealing with, or are you sharing the properties with the other agents?
With the other.
So is it 5 or 2.5%?
Well, it's 5 for the company, but if it's splitted, it's 2.5% for me, and from those 2.5%, I only get 40%.
40%. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
see.
I don't know if it's worth it to do it here, but I don't have anything else. So.
Is that why you're working with both companies? Because you're not getting that many leads with that many properties.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that.
And also the reason, just to give some context, the reason I'm probing into the commission exact numbers, right, is because then when she says, oh, I want to close this many deals, I can say, okay, and you said 200K to 500K, right? Okay, so let's just say 200K bare minimum. You said you want to close 4 deals. Then I'll do 200K times 0.025 times 0.4, and that's her commission. And then I multiply that by 4, which basically gives me the exact number of money which will come out in terms of closing a certain number of deals with a certain type of property.
Out of the 2 listings that you did get, you sold those 2 last year.
Yeah.
I guess, are those all of the deals that you closed last year?
Yeah.
In 2024?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already knew that, but I'm pretending like I don't. I'm just curious. And then you can see now she like sort of like her vibe goes down, like yeah. And then she's a lot more serious now. Like, because before she was laughing a lot, but then because I'm more concerned and like, oh shit, like, are you okay? So that just brings the vibe down.
I see. I mean,
and then I pause as well just to let that sink in.
Does that put you in a tough spot?
Sorry?
Does that put you in a tough position, only closing like 2 deals for the whole year?
Well, on a personal level, yes, because I wanted more. I know that I can do it better, but well, on the professional side, no, they don't. How do you call it? They don't tell me, okay, you're doing a bad job, you need to go. No, not at all.
So the first thing she said, she's like, on a personal level. Well, the reason I asked that question is to just amplify pain, dig deeper. Does that put you but look at my tonality as well. Like, does that put you in a tough spot? My cadence is slower, my pitch is lower, my volume is a lot lower, and my eyebrows go. I'm very concerned, right? And then at the beginning, she said, on a personal level, yeah, and then she went, like, she completely went out of that. And they went, yeah, but in the company, like, it's fine, they don't really care. So she's coping with it, right? She's like, yeah, it's fine, it doesn't really matter, which is obviously not what I want. I want to bring her down, and because obviously the deeper you go into the pain, the more urgency you build. And so what I could have done better in here was dig more into the personal, right? So I could have been like, oh, on a personal level, what do you mean by that? Just repeat that to her in a confused tone. Oh, on a personal level, what do you mean by that? Okay, and what do you mean when you say like on a? And also, this is a touchy subject, so you need to be careful with your tone. So I probably could have done it. Oh, so like, what do you mean when you say like on a personal level? Just more curious, more concerned, confused. Yeah, that's what I could have done, and then she would have brought up some gold, which I could have probed deeper, and that would have really made her. That would have basically brought those emotions back up.
Okay.
They know that I'm not 100% dedicated because I can't do it, so they are okay with it.
I see. And was the 2 deals for that one company or for both companies?
Just one.
Okay. And with the other company?
The other company, I have a regular contract job. It's not real estate. I'm not how do you say it?
You're not an agent.
No, yeah.
I see. Okay. So you're like a part-time agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I see. And are you looking to, I guess, go full in real estate or stay on like 50% and 50%?
No, I need to go full in because the other company, it's going down. So that's why I changed and I try to do this on the real estate agency.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. And when you say going, like you said, the other company is going down, like what do you mean exactly?
We are bought. I don't know how you call it. We are bought, and the new administration is doing some changes, and I believe my actual job it's in risk. So.
And that's beautiful. I mean, it sounds crazy. Obviously, it's not good, right? Because the company is going down. But the reason why that's good, I guess, like for me and also for her, because we can help. But the reason for that is we can help build the urgency, right? Because there's actual consequences of her not figuring out this issue with the lead generation right now. Because if she doesn't figure it out, right, and then that company goes down, what the fuck is she gonna do? Right? So what I could have done as well is probed even more into that and genuinely being, like, oh shit, well, I guess. I mean, I basically just ask a better consequence question, or even ask it because at the beginning I was nervous to ask it because I didn't want to hurt their feelings, right? But that right there is sort of like a gold nugget because there's real consequences, there's real risk, there's real shit that's going to happen if she doesn't fix this particular issue, which I can help her solve.
And I mean, okay. And with regards to getting more sellers and getting more properties, obviously you said that the real estate company isn't that invested in, I guess, teaching you and giving the support. But what do you think is keeping you from figuring that out on your own, if that makes sense? Like, what's in the way of you understanding how to get more sellers for yourself?
That's a doubt question, and one of the two main purposes is firstly to eliminate the I'll just do it myself objection, because you're explicitly saying what's stopping you from doing it yourself, and also you can then get needs in terms of oh, I don't feel like I understand XYZ, or I don't have a roadmap. I need someone to tell me exactly what to do when it comes to XYZ. The reason that's important is because when you pitch, you can use those words exactly, right? And say, oh, you remember how earlier you mentioned XYZ? You don't have like the exact roadmap, right? This is exactly what you sort out. On the onboarding call will come with a custom plan for you, so you can actually have a roadmap and get XYZ. So it's basically important to get needs and also eliminate the do it yourself objection.
Well, I'm a curious person, so that's why we are talking right now, and I already see things in the internet and other colleagues of mine, and I try to see what they are doing, and I try to replicate, but I'm limited, and I'm afraid that the other company finds out. So one part is that, and then the other part is I'm not really comfortable in phoning the person and say, oh, do you want to do you want to sell your house? No, I don't want mediators, and no, please, and I don't know if I can do it because it's a lack of confidence in the end.
Again, you see she smiled. It's a lack of confidence, ha 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 ha, because it's embarrassing. So I again stay quite serious, or maybe I break a little smile. But she says something that's really important. She says that she doesn't know, or she doesn't feel comfortable calling the leads up and basically persuading them to actually, work with her. So when I'm pitching, there's a whole pillar, right, which is just dedicated to like converting the leads and calling them what to say and how to say it, which is perfect, which is why I asked this question. So when it comes to that pillar, I can make it exclusively for her. So remember earlier you said how you're not comfortable, or like you're not like that confident calling these leads? That's absolutely fine. Most of our clients like that. In order to resolve that particular issue, we have a whole module dedicated to just understanding how to, and I basically go into that, which again, makes it more personalized and adds value to her specifically.
Yeah, it's a lack of confidence. Yeah.
You're doing like phoning, like cold calling all of the people you don't like. Cold
Yeah, chamadas frias, cold calling. Yeah.
I mean, is there anything else that's in the way? I guess that could be stopping you from getting more sellers.
Again, just trying to probe and see what else I can help with, or what else I can, how else I can position what I'm offering, or what my company's offering, to make it more suited for her.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Well, catching more leads.
Catching more leads, yeah.
Engage my Instagram and Facebook pages.
Okay. So I guess understanding how, and you said that you were looking with your colleagues and you're a curious person. Have you reached out to anyone else about helping you with getting more sellers, or have you looked into anything else?
Yes, I did, but if they have sellers, they don't give us to us because it's the main thing that you can attract other clients, other leads, seller or buyer. So it's difficult. They don't share. Okay. And the things that they tell me to do is the things I cannot do. It's try to make some videos and try to show yourself. And
So you can't do that.
no.
Yeah. So I guess you need to find a way where, you're not showing that it's you, but you are getting more sellers. And is it in the Lisbon area, or is it just
Lisbon and around?
Lisbon and around?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. And I guess I'm wondering, because you said that obviously you haven't reached out to other people, but you've seen that they said you can't really do it. And, I'm wondering like what, sorry, let me see where I want to take
Okay, that's okay. You can say it.
that. You said this last year, like you closed 2 properties, 2 deals with the listings that you did get. And I do hate to ask this, but what's your plan if, nothing changes? If 1 year from now you still, I guess, only closed 2 deals for the year.
So obviously, consequence question. I think the reason I fumbled was because I was nervous to ask this question. Honestly, just because back then I cared too much about losing a lead, which therefore meant that I didn't actually ask the tough questions. I mean, at least I asked it, but I could have made this so much better in terms of, do you mind me if I ask you a personal question? Okay, and also the reason I'm asking this, give a little reason, because you mentioned as well that, your company's going down and you only closed 2 leads, and I am more concerned. You only closed 2 deals, last year. I'm just curious, like, what happens if you don't figure out the lead generation system and your company closes down? Like, what happens then? That would have been a much better way to ask the consequence question because it's more specific to what she said earlier. And it's a super important thing is to use their language as well. So that I could have improved at that, but at least I asked it. And even my tone was okay. I'm looking dead into the camera, so it's more personal. I'm slowing down in certain areas. And I mean, the tone was good, but the wording could have been a bit better.
Well, I haven't thought about it because I want to invest more and I want to know how the real estate marketing works to try to change this. So for me, it's not an option staying like this.
It's not an option, yeah.
No. So I need to do something. Yeah, something has to change.
So something has.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, again, like there's a little bit of commitment, not too much. I could have been okay. And when you say something needs to change, you're like, why now though? You know, like why not? You know, wait another 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, 4 months. Like why do you want to make a change now? To get to again build the urgency again. That's what I could have improved on.
And in terms of, like, I guess changing, and if you are able to figure out, the sellers that are coming in and get more sellers and get more leads that way, ultimately, what's the goal for you?
Now you can see my mood completely changed. My volume is a bit louder. I'm smiling. Even if I just pause here, I'm smiling more. She's smiling. You can't even see her, but she's smiling because it's blurred. My vibe is up. The reason for that is because I want to lift her up as well. Because it's a very serious conversation, and I want to speak about her goals and where she wants to go, and I want to lift her up. So I do that first.
Well, let's try to engage myself and my brand in the marketing, being how you call it, I don't know how to say it, a key figure.
Yeah.
In the marketing, in the market, in this market, trying to pass an image of confidence and reliability.
Yeah.
So that people can, they saw something that engaged with them and say, okay, I'm going to call that girl. She seems a good person. She seems to have the knowledge enough, and yeah.
Exactly. So like basically become a key figure.
Yeah, key figure. Yeah.
I mean, that's not what I was like looking for. I was looking for a more personal outcome or like a monetary goal. She just said, I want to be a key figure. What does that mean? Right? So now I'm just gonna firstly get into key numbers and then after that get into what that would do for her.
Okay. And then with, I guess, so that's on the marketing side. And do you have any, I guess, specific numbers that you'd like to be getting, like number of sellers per month or number of deals per month? Have you thought of that?
Well, ideally, and knowing that it's the beginning, if I can start with the first 6-8 months with one seller a month, that would be good for me at the beginning. Okay, obviously that it's not my main goal. My main, it's different. Obviously,
yeah.
It's more.
What's your main goal?
The reason I asked what's your main goal is because she said multiple times, at the beginning, I just want to start off with this. That's just at the beginning, which means it's a lower goal than what she actually wants, right? But with your prospects, you want to give them like higher goals, not like astronomically high to where it's unrealistic, but you want to push them a bit higher. The reason for that is because that's obviously going to mean that there's more income. And when I'm pitching a product which is $5,000, for example, or 10 grand or 20 grand, whatever it is, and her goal is less than that, then it wouldn't make sense to invest, right? So you obviously want to increase that, which is why I asked, well, what's your main goal? And in like a light-hearted tone, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, just to because it is like not necessarily a personal question, but you're digging into it and pushing more. And the way to do that is just by smiling.
Well, if I can do 4 in a month, I think it's.
Is that 4 deals or 4 sellers, like 4 listings?
No, 4 deals.
Boom, from 1 to 4.
4 deals.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's around the 200K to $500,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said, let me just do some quick mathematics. So let's just 200,000 will go on the low end. 200,000 times 2.5%, and you get 40% of the 2.5%.
So this is exactly what I said earlier. where I was trying to figure out exactly what her specific numbers were to when she's speaking about her goals, I can get the exact income.
Mhm.
So it's about 2,000 euros if you close a 200,000.
Yeah.
And if you want 4 months, that's about 8,000 euros a month.
Yeah. For the beginning, knowing that I have zero, I think it's not how you call it, an intangible objective.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's not the ideal. It's not what I want. If I can be a key figure in the market, obviously this should scale. Yeah,
exactly.
but
Well, past 8,000 euros a month and past 40 euros a month.
yeah,
Okay. And where do
And then again, she said she wants to scale up,
you see that vision going? Like if you are a key figure?
which is exactly where I want to move it because she keeps basically growing her goal, which is good.
in a 2-3 years time.
2-3 years time. Okay. It's
Mm.
amazing. And I guess like
So now I have the finances, the numbers, right? Now I want to go into more of the like personal anchors, personal emotional anchors, which is the root reason, right? Because money isn't like that big of a motivator. Pain is, but also like you'll see. I get very deep on this call, which is very good, and I want you to notice just how I do that in terms of just getting to the true motivation instead of just I want to hit 8K a month, for example.
beyond just closing more deals and making more money, because at a certain point, it's just numbers adding up on the screen. And from what I've seen as well, usually there's like a deeper reason for making money. The money is a tool. They can use it for something else. And like for you personally, like what are some of the non-monetary goals? Like some of the personal goals that you want, getting to 8,000 euros a month to allow you to achieve?
It's an okay question, nothing too crazy. In terms of what I could have done better here, firstly, I asked this question a bit different now, but in terms of here, I could have given an example, right, which is what I started doing. Like, for example, in terms of people having their whys, their stronger whys, we had a client who worked with us, and the reason they actually wanted to hit their income goal was to build a home for disabled elderly people, right? Because her mother was disabled, and that obviously was fulfilling for her. And when you give an analogy or an example, then it puts them in a frame like, oh, I need to answer with something like this. So they'll go much deeper and then answer with something like that.
Yeah, it's how you call it. It's having possibility to give my family an different experience and allowing them to live in different places and traveling and
So that's a bit better, obviously, but it's not very specific either. We've got to family, which is always a good one. But she said, yeah, give them different experiences, help them travel. Now, that's not specific enough for me because you can't see her face, but she's not that emotional. She says, yeah, like for family experiences. I want her to be like, oh my God, the reason for this is because, and I wanted to get emotional, so I probe a lot more into that.
basically it's family and around. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and having more time for myself and obviously for them.
Exactly. And family is, everything. Family is the most important.
I believe so. Yeah.
And when you say like different experiences, like, do you have anything in mind?
Yeah, traveling.
And this is the thing that I've noticed as well, is that when someone says like a word, right, there's usually a deeper image or more context as to why they say that word, right? And when she said she more experiences, something like that. In my mind, I was like, okay, there's a reason as to why she said that. So I want her to tell me not the deeper experiences, but the different experiences itself. Because then she's going to be basically giving more emotion to it and going deeper into that.
Abroad and knowing other cultures and knowing how things work in other countries, and I think it's enriches us I
Yeah.
don't know how
Yeah, yeah.
if it's the right
Well,
word.
your English is good. I don't know what you're saying while your English is bad.
No, no.
And then I'm just making a joke because obviously, like I said, now I want it to be a nice, fun conversation, so she has more of those good emotions.
But and if I can do that for them in order to enrich them in a personal level, as can pay them their education at the same time, I believe they will grow up and see and to be a good person.
See, that's already much deeper already just by asking one more question, right? And I even go further than this because now we have the what. She also gave a bit of the why, but now we have the what, which is she wants to enrich them, right? Then what you want to do is the why. And I literally asked this question, you'll see now.
Human beings.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And when you say family, like, I mean, do you have children? Is it
Yeah, I have to.
2 kids?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are they?
The youngest is 18.
18,
The other one has 20.
24. Okay. And then I guess like why is it important that you I guess enrich their personal lives and then help them travel? Like why is that important to you?
I guess because I haven't lived that in my childhood,
Hmm.
and now with with the age that I have, I see that it's important, that can make the difference, and in this world, I believe they will gain more in knowing other people, other countries, because Portugal is not a good country to live, for young people to live. The
Why?
wages, because the wages are very low, the companies are very corrupt. So I don't want them to experience what I have experienced and what I'm living right now in the actual company. So if I can help them to have a different life, a more meaningful life,
Meaningful life, yeah.
yeah.
There you go. That's 20 minutes in, and she's already said, I didn't live a very enriched life when I was younger. And yeah, I'd say that was the best part of this call, which was getting to the Holy Grail, essentially. I'd say that for me was the best part.
I think it's my purpose. I don't know. I'm a really caring person.
Caring.
I like to care about the others. I like to help the others. I don't know how the word in English, but yeah.
No, is that like you're a caring person? It's true.
Yeah.
You're a giver. You like to help other
Yeah.
people, and especially your family as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Honestly,
And then that's pretty much the end of the discovery. And then I went on to pitch her. However, I messed up the end of the call because her financial situation wasn't great. And then she wanted to speak to her family. And I let her speak to her family. So that's my bad. Of course, it's my fault. It's always my fault. Really, it was one of my earlier calls, so I was just getting used to it, but still not an excuse. I could have done a lot better. What I could have done a lot better is, put the responsibility back on her, which would have made more sense, especially earlier, right? Because again, she has a pattern of like putting things on other people, right? And a lot of people do this. Oh, it's the market. Oh, it's my company. Oh, I need to speak to my family. And not a lot of people want to just, take control, right? And if I would have done that earlier, it would have made more sense now. And yeah, I think, it was okay. It wasn't like the most amazing call ever. Like I said, I basically gave feedback on it. I think that could help you. Yeah, if you have any more questions, let me know. There's going to be a lot more sales content pumping out. And excited for where my skill set will be. Yeah, speak soon and hope you found this valuable. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. And then see you guys in the next one.